There is no doubt that the Sheldon National Wildlife Refuge is an incredible place, full of history and rich in natural values. Just getting there is a task in and of itself.
You see hundreds of antelope on the refuge. Pronghorn, the refuge was set up initially just to protect the pronghorn. Boone and Crockett and the Audubon, National Audubon Society set this whole thing up in 1931, acquired this piece of land, and it was because they had already at that point seen antelope disappearing from the landscape. A number of years later, in a land swap with the BLM within the Department of the Interior, the rest of the refuge was acquired, and the total refuge of 900 square miles became a reality. At that time, ranching was still allowed within the refuge, and it was active. But the Mellon Foundation and some conservation folks kind of decided that maybe without the cows on the refuge, the antelope would prosper and increase in numbers. So the Mellon Foundation offered fair market value to buy out the allotments, and the cows were removed from Sheldon. However, the barbed wire was not, and that's where we were left with the dilemma. About 5 years ago, our executive director, Sharon Netherton, came to me and said, I want you to go up to Sheldon for 10 days and see what the refuge is all about. They're going to give you a truck and just drive around and see the landscape and take notes and see the area. So I came up in early May. It was really cold, and I was driving 12 hours a day on bumpy roads in a really rigid suspension truck. But the landscape and the scope of the refuge pretty much made up for all of that, and every morning I woke up ready to go out and do it all over again. With all that information that we had and the potential for work up here, we offered as an organization to start taking out barbed wire fence. And so we figured we'd do it with one large event each year, and we'd call it the Sheldon Rendezvous. The first Sheldon Rendezvous, we took over the Virgin Valley campground, and about 75 to 100 people showed up, and we went out with mechanical rollers, huge truck rollers, hand rollers, and a lot of determination, and we removed about 7 miles of fence that day. So we had an opportunity to get a grant that we shared with the Oregon Natural Desert Association that would allow us to hire a crew of 4 people to spend the entire summer up on the Sheldon and just focus exclusively on removing fence. As part of the match for the grant that we got and put into the Sheldon, Fish and Wildlife Service provided us the Little Sheldon headquarters in the west side of the refuge, which is a absolutely beautiful stone house that was built in 1934 by the Civilian Conservation Corps, the first official refuge headquarters. And really having no idea how much fence 4 people could take out in a season, we conservatively estimated that 45 miles of fence could come out. In actual fact, we had removed 76 miles of barbed wire fence from the Sheldon Refuge that very first season. Last year, 2013, we started not only removing the huge piles of fence material that had been stacked up from the beginning, but the big focus was the restoration of springs and riparian areas within the refuge boundaries. During the times when ranching was here, each one of those areas was exploited to its maximum capacity to hold water for livestock. Troughs and piping and spring boxes and all manner of collection devices. We started a program where we took these non-functioning developments, these piles of metal garbage, and we started to cut them up and remove them with cutting torches and cutting wheels and a generator, and hauling them out, bringing them out to the roads, loading them up into trucks and hauling them over to Duff Arena to add to that huge pile of fencing material and posts that we'd already started. We also started the spring monitoring program on Sheldon as well. And so, successful season last year, very successful. Of course, this year we focus again on removing those metal troughs and the non-functioning developments. And one of the big highlights was in late June this year, we were able to remove the final large stretch of fence within the refuge. We've taken out almost 200 miles of barbed wire fence. We've removed about 50 non-functioning metal troughs and associated metal garbage. And, I think we made a tremendous impact on the refuge in renaturalizing it.
My name is Pat Lallam. I'm from Gardnerville, Nevada.
My name is Kyle Medema, and I'm from Clearwater, Florida.
I'm Sawyer Megan, and I'm from New Hampshire.
The uniqueness of Sheldon is something that I've never seen before.
15 antelope over there, 7 antelope over there, couple deer. Oh shoot, we gotta stop for the sage grouse.
Taking out the troughs, they really weren't holding any water, so it was more damage to the environment rather than helping it. So after we would take them out, usually the pit would fill with water, and then you would see signs of life, like prints and other things, and I think that was a great impact to the environment.